is going to try to upstage the Republican debate next week by going to Detroit and showing up with doing a rally for UAW workers. And I'm sure he'll get quite a few. There's a lot of auto workers who really, they're living in the right-wing information bubble. They watch Fox News. And what they don't know, and what we have an obligation to tell them, is that Donald Trump was arguably the most anti-labor president in the history of the United States, even worse than Ronald Reagan. He put Antonin Scalia's son, who makes a living as a lawyer trashing unions. He's an anti-union lawyer. He's a union-busting lawyer. He put Scalia's son as head of the Labor Department, an anti-union labor. I mean, an anti-labor lawyer. He stacked the National Labor Relations Board with anti-union officials. He gutted the Labor Department regulations aimed at protecting workers' wages and benefits. He nominated 3 Supreme Court justices who all have an anti-labor record. He put agency heads with long histories of siding with employers over employees into positions throughout the federal government. And he delivered huge tax cuts to the morbidly rich and giant corporations, including the major automakers. So now Trump is running a radio ad that's playing in Detroit and Toledo that says, "Trump always had your back." It doesn't point out that on 2 different occasions in the 2016 campaign, Donald Trump said U.S. auto workers' wages were too high. Too high. That was his phrase. Toohigh. Too high. That's what Donald Trump said. Those were his words. The International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees wrote in a social media post on Tuesday, quote, "The last time Donald Trump visited striking union workers, it was to cross our picket line against The Apprentice in 2004. Now he wants to visit a UAW picket line? When billionaires show what they think of labor, believe them," adds the union. Now, Shawn Fain is the first UAW president elected directly by rank-and-file members. It used to be kind of a 2-step process. And he came out yesterday to speak out against Donald Trump showing up and trying to sucker the auto workers. He said, "Every fiber of our union is being poured into fighting the billionaire class and an economy that enriches people like Donald Trump at the expense of workers. We can't keep electing billionaires and millionaires who don't have any understanding of what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck and struggle to get by, and expecting them to solve the problems of the working class." He said Donald Trump's anti-worker, anti-union record is one of the key reasons why Michigan rejected Trump in 2020. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm guessing that it'll be a very carefully controlled event where they will just be letting right-wingers in, the Trump followers, the cult members, and we'll see how it plays out and whether there's protesters and whether the UAW can get anybody out there. But keep an eye on this. It's actually a pretty smart play on his part. We'll be back.